Hello, my name is Zoe Grant. I am a 10-year-old haiku poet from New Zealand, and it's the 7th of October 2024. Today I'm going to interview American haiku poet John Pappas for episode 4 of the Haiku Zoo Journal interview series. John was the special guest at the 7th International Renge Gathering last month in September 2024. John Pappas is a poet and teacher whose work has appeared in many poetry journals and anthologies. His haiku have garnered a Touchstone Award from the Haiku Foundation, a 2023 Trailblazer Award, a silver medal in the 2023 Ito and New Haiku Grand Prix, Best in the United States in the 2023 Vancouver Invitational, and honorable mention in the 2024 Heliosparrow Frontier Awards, among others. Apart from publishing several chapbooks, John is also a performing musician of a punk rock band, which has recorded 2 albums and toured extensively. John lives in Boston, MA, with his wife and 2 daughters, and has taught literature and general semantics in the Boston area for over 25 years. Welcome, John.
Hi.
When did you start your haiku journey? What other types of poetry do you write?
So I started my haiku journey probably about 12 years ago when I stumbled across a journal called Bottle Rockets. And I was really excited by what at the time to me was kind of the new. It just didn't seem to be all about, cherry blossoms and the traditional subjects of haiku. So I started to write some haiku way back then, and they were terrible. And I stopped because I didn't have the time to really think about what I was doing and to see how the new tradition connected to the old tradition. So about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I had another kind of serendipitous stumbling upon the Nick Virgilio Haiku in Action weekly haiku prompts. And I started to write in response to those, and I got several published. And I thought, okay, maybe this is something that speaks to me and might speak to other people. So that was kind of my jumping off point after a delayed start, and I really started to commit to that. I have written lots of types of poetry in the past, lots of free verse. And right now, I think my focus is just on traditional, the Japanese short forms that we know and love, the haiku, the senryu, because that's what I'm finding really exciting and fun right now.
You're also a musician. Do you think that helps in your writing?
I do. I think being a musician allows you to hear the rhythm and the meter and the tonality of particular words. And I think that's definitely an asset. When you're writing haiku and similar forms, every syllable counts. Every syllable has this weight to it. And you want to make sure that you have the perfect pitch, essentially, when you are crafting the poem. So I think being a musician definitely contributes to that.
We really enjoyed your presentation at the 7th International Renge Gathering. Can you briefly tell us about it?
Sure. I was really excited to be invited by you guys to present. It was really an honor for me. I presented on metamodernism, which is sort of a new way of thinking about the literature that's being written right now today. And what I did was I gave an overview of the literature of the 20th century and the 2 really major movements in like a super simplified way. We looked at modernism and postmodernism. And then I started to talk a little bit about the qualities of metamodernism, and show how the haiku being written right now in the English language fits into that meta modernist paradigm.
You have won a lot of haiku competition. What's the secret?
I don't know, but if you know it, I would wish you would share it with me. Um, I think the one thing I've learned from participating in haiku competitions is that every judge is going to have their own taste, their own unique perspective of what they enjoy. And even though there's some things that are pretty standard across the board, you never know. You could write a dynamite poem; it could be so amazing, and the judge could be like, yeah, that's good, but I really, really like this one better because it's about dogs and I love dogs, right? So you never really know how your poem is going to land before a judge. I think the best thing you can do is write from your heart, write what you think is true. And if you have that connection with the judge, the synergy, and it happens to, kind of really hit their heart the right way, they might decide that you get first prize, or they might decide you don't get any prize, but it's still an awesome poem and it's still worthy of having people read it. And that's really all that matters.
Do you have some advice for young haiku poets around the world?
Sure. Oh, this is like the responsibility here is weighing heavy on me. The advice that I would have for young haiku poets uh, would be first and foremost, enjoy what you do, love what you do, write from your heart, write from your life, read a ton, read other poets, read other young poets, read other old poets like me, read poets that don't write haiku, read poets that do write haiku. Just read a ton of poetry so that you can enjoy that rhythm and get those images into your head, and then write a ton. I think one of the best pieces of advice that was ever given to me was given to me by a Californian poet named Tongo Eisen Martin. And I saw him speak last year. And he said, the more you write, the better you're going to be, because you're just putting out more material and you're able to select what's good from a wider sort of uh, body of work, right? So you can toss out a lot of the stuff you don't like, but you get the gems and you sift through all the stuff you don't like and you find those gems and you work on those. And that's not going to happen unless you're committing to writing a ton every day if you can.
Thank you for your time, John. We are looking forward to reading some of your books. Where can people find them?
Well, thank you for asking. Um, I was very lucky to release two books, or sort of a book and a half, this year. The first came out called Off the Main Road, and it's available from Alba Publishing in England. And it's a collection of 6 haiku poets, and I happen to be lucky enough to be one of those haiku poets. And I have about 24 poems in that collection. And then I released my own chapbook this year from Yavanika Press, and it's called Dimes of Light. And you can go to their website, and I believe it's only $3, which is like a bargain. So if people want to go out and kind of get a taste for some of the things that I'm doing, those books would be a great place to start.
Thank you, John.
Thank you very much, Zoe. This was awesome. You did a great job.